This is the voice of the Committee of Enigmas, a special subsidiary group of the Trans-Global Institute of Archaeological Investigations. My name is Dr. Mungo Macrae, and I wish to introduce you to the Hunter BX Phenomena Archive. The following transmissions use ionic mimicry deflection techniques developed by Dr. Italo Zanelli at the Mirror Lab in Sasso Morricone, broadcasting at 1.8 kilohertz for special standard ultra-low frequency decryption. For archiving purposes, I am committing these transmissions to magnetic tape audio recordings to be made available to patrons and members of the Institute only.
Case studies of the exosciences in relation to sound. The materiality of sound must never be underestimated. Likewise, its immaterial values as a solid emanation from exoscientific sources. To this extent, we submit the following. A new phenomenon has come to light. The radiophonic sound reception of interdimensional sonic influx. In effect, the passage of sound from one parallel reality construct, or metazone, to another. This is a proof of the metaphysics of sound in its material transference through spatio-temporal diversities in which its fundamental acoustic properties are accumulated as unknown quantities of being, a sort of existential debris of the adjacent planes of supranormal cosmic impetus. Our research team has developed new technologies that have been aligned to create a finding device that searches for exosonic influences that occur at the extreme frequencies of possible detection. It is a highly sophisticated crystal radio receiver combined with a subatomic reactive biomechanism that is able to detect disruptive oscillations in the material boundaries of the known world. We call this device the receptacle of atmospherics, or by its formal name, the Parafaction Sound Investigation System, Type 1. The following transmissions include magnetic tape audio recordings that were captured and adapted from the Parafaction Sound Investigation System during its phases of activation and selected sites of special interest. The device has been connected to a specially calibrated portable magnetic tape audio recorder that allows us to register the live action sound events of strange phenomena at the very moment of their occurrence as real-time recordable episodes. Altogether, they provide an evidence-based archive of research investigations into suspected presences or manifestations of various unidentified or ulterior third-kind classification types, such as form the basis of our scientific inquiry and the speculative accounts we elicit from them.
I was recently made aware of a peculiar legend regarding a sea cave on the Banffshire coast called Hell's Lum, near Killican Bay in Scotland. Hell's Lum sits upon the wildest extremities of the northeast headland. It is a long, narrow, cathedral-like fissure in the coastal bluff that is said to act as a point of convergence for the lost souls of dead fishermen who have drowned over the years in the abyssal depths of the North Sea. It is said that the strange cries and lamentations of the drowned men of the deeps can be heard issuing from the cavern's interior, resounding with an eerie prominence over the din of the waves, the weird spiraling voices of the unsettled dead ones, pining for their mothers, sisters, and widows who mourned them. Hell's Lum can be accessed from the landward side through a steep rocky ingress that allows for a full visual and auditory perusal of its dramatic geological amplitude. Our researchers spent a night camping on the neighbouring promontory beside the evocative ruins of Fort Fidus, itself a site of reputed hauntings, exoscientific oddities, and curious events. Our researchers took it in turns in applicating the Parafaction device during the course of the nocturnal hours to the effect of conducting a consummate survey of the audioelectric qualities of the cavern space. There can be no doubting the mysterious sonic perspectives of Hell's Lum in regards to the strange odysseys of sound that enter into the constrained dimensions of its subterranean enclosure. We have assembled some examples here of what we believe to be the existential sonic residue of the departed fishermen of yore, such as we might think of them in the lost expressions of their legacy. What drives us to explore these oddities on the peripheries of human life? What compels us to reach beyond the horizons of scientific orthodoxy in our search for the hidden wonders of extreme phenomena? Are we driven by a desire to reveal the hinterlands of the physical world in which the qualia are subjected to dramatic alterations of their form, merely for the sake of some defective emotion? Or are we beguiled by some inner vision, by a compulsive need to disassociate ourselves from the world as we know it, and from there to penetrate its outermost layers of meaning in order to reveal the apotheosis of an ultimate meaning, a more distant vision of an untold dream? If that is the case, then we must ask ourselves why, and always asking why. Are we simply, almost grotesquely, persuaded by a dissatisfaction with the world as we know it, misled by a passion for credos and themes of mysterious origin, which in the end amount to nothing at all? And if so, why does it never cease, this compunction to know what is essentially unknowable, that drives us to the edge of our existence, of our sanity, if only to fall into the reeling vastness of the greatest mystery of them all? Images are seen without revealing a definite picture, and yet we pursue this hidden knowledge as if compelled by some inner being we do not know.